5 green flags when dating over 50, along with 8 amazingly chic and stylish date night looks. These date night looks are so chic, so tastefully sexy, and even if you're not single, but maybe you're dating your husband, or maybe you have a boyfriend, or maybe you don't want to date at all, these date night looks are still great for girls' nights out or what have you. So I think you're going to really love this video, and I'm actually going to be taking you through real time because I just met a great guy. I'm so excited. I'll tell you all about it at the end of the video on how we met and everything like that. But I'm going to take you through the beginning stages of courting me that has happened in the last week or so. So this will be kind of cool because I'm going to be pointing out the green flags from this particular guy, but then also the other guys that I've dated in my past. Now, leave me a comment down below also before I get started. Let me know if you're married and you love your husband and you're in a great marriage. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what the biggest green flag was when you were dating your husband in the early stages of dating, because I think that would be really cool to kind of see, because that will prove to us single ladies that there are good men out there. Okay, green flag number 1 when dating over 50 or really any age is that he is intentional and he plans the date and he confirms the date, okay? Because I have dated a few guys that in the beginning they were setting up the dates, but then all of a sudden they just stopped planning the date. Because really in the early stages of dating, what you're doing is you're looking at his behavior. What is he doing? And planning a date is huge. If a man wants to see you, he will plan a date with you. You will not have to do anything. So this man that I met on Saturday for the first time, and he's amazing. I'm really excited about him. He asked for my number. He asked me to go on a date. In fact, he said, I feel like we should go out sometime. And I said, I would absolutely love that. The very next morning, he texted me and said, are you available Friday night? He was very clear, very intentional. Then he sent me a text this morning and confirmed the time and the place, 7:30 Friday night at this place. So this is amazing. This man is being very intentional and letting me know. So if you're with a guy right now who isn't planning dates, who isn't intentional and wanting to take you out, I don't want to be like the bearer of bad news. But if a guy isn't planning to see you, he doesn't like you, period, end of story. I've had to say that to myself a few times. So again, I'm not trying to be mean. I just really want you to see the truth. Because like I always say, once you remove the wrong guy from your life, you make room for the right man to come along. So this is a great look for a lunch date. In fact, I had a lunch date a week ago with a guy, but after I asked him how often he drank alcohol and he told me he drank every night, needless to say, we did not have another date. But I loved this look for a lunch date because it's casual, but it's still tastefully sexy because of the one shoulder top. This is an old ruched top, but I did find one very similar on the Revolve website. And these are my favorite mother jeans. They're the high-waisted mother hustler ankle jean. I'm going to be doing a fall capsule wardrobe in a few days, and these jeans are going to be part of that capsule wardrobe because they are that good. They're honestly one of my top 3 most flattering jeans in my entire closet, and that's saying a lot because I do own a lot of denim. They hold their shape really well. They're just literally the best jeans ever, and I really love the ankle length as well because they allow you to show off your favorite pair of heels. And I did my favorite chocolate brown belt. This one is by Legence. It has a beautiful gold buckle and these fabulous chocolate brown kitten heels. And my lunch date did actually comment on my outfit, and he was like, oh my gosh, I really like your outfit. So this is another great outfit for a date night. This would be if you're going to an evening, like a dinner date. Again, not like a super fancy restaurant, but like a Hillstone, an R&D, an El Braco, something like that. If you live in Dallas, you know what I'm talking about. This is a great halter top. This is a beautiful beige color. This top is literally $64, so very affordable and very chic. These are high-waisted jeans by Girlfriend Denim. I really love these because the fit is so impeccable. I did have them cut off right at my ankle bone for the perfect length by my tailor, and then I did this beautiful chocolate brown suede belt. I have been wearing this belt all the time. I got it a couple weeks ago, and this is definitely also going to be featured in my fall capsule wardrobe because it really elevates every single look, makes it look dressier, and just like gives a little bit of zhuzh to the look, which I absolutely love. And then of course I have on heels because I always say you should absolutely wear heels on a date. Guys love it when we wear heels. They're very sexy. They make our legs look better. They make our legs look longer. They make us look taller and slimmer. So even if it's a kitten heel, I would definitely suggest wearing a heel of some sort when you're out on a date. Green flag number 2 is this man asks you genuine questions when you're on the date because he's really trying to get to know you. This is how you'll know if he's really trying to get to know you. I remember I was on a date with a guy maybe 2 months ago, and this is like the best question a man has ever asked me on a first date. And it was this. He said, if you could do anything, be anywhere, and be with anyone one day, out of the year, what would you do? Who would you be with? And where would you be? And I thought this was such a great question because that really made me realize that this man is truly trying to get to know me. It made me feel valued. It made me feel cherished. The conversation should feel reciprocal. You should ask him a question or two, then he should turn it around and ask you a question or two. It certainly shouldn't be a man just talking about himself, because that is a huge red flag. So this is my look right now. This is a great denim look that I would say is dressy enough to wear to a nicer restaurant at night, because the jeans are dark denim. They're also a high-waisted flare silhouette, which is super flattering. And because of the dark denim and that they have no rips in them, they look a little bit more elevated and more classy than your regular pair of jeans, which is why I definitely think these would be good enough to wear to like a nicer evening restaurant. Of course, I did a belt, that same brown suede belt. I did a brown suede beautiful heel. I love these pointy suede brown mules. These are another great fall staple shoe that literally go with everything. And because the heel height is only 3 inches, they're very wearable and very comfortable. Also, the pointy toe will do a great job of elongating your silhouette. You could take the jacket off like I have here and wear it like this on the date, or you could wear this top, drape the jacket over the outfit. I would suggest draping the jacket if you're going to be out on a date or a girls' night out. Now, if you wanted to wear this outfit to the office, I would suggest wearing this cropped navy blue trench, which by the way is amazing. It's from Nordstrom Rack, so the price point is incredible. But I wouldn't drape the jacket if you're going to wear it to work or church or something like that. But such a fabulously chic look, perfect for so many different occasions. Another dress that I actually wore out the other night to a fabulous restaurant opening in Dallas, and I got tons of compliments on it. It would be perfect for a first date, or really any date. In fact, I have a first date with this guy that I'm really excited about this Friday night, and I think this might be the dress that I'm wearing. What do you think? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if it's appropriate to wear on a first date. I absolutely think it is. It's by Quince. It is a gorgeous chocolate brown shade, and I was really pleasantly surprised. I wore it out and all night long was like sitting, standing, walking, and it never wrinkled. So this is a great piece. This is literally one of my new favorite dresses. The price point is incredible. It's this rich, beautiful chocolate brown shade. And because it's strapless, it still is very tastefully sexy and so good for a date night. You could easily drape a jacket over it if you wanted to cover up a little bit more skin. And then maybe while you're sitting at the table, you take the jacket off and, leave your bare shoulders for a while, and then you put the jacket back on. Like, I don't know, I kind of like doing that during the date, like putting the jacket on, taking it off, and putting it back on. I don't know why. It just kind of teases him a little bit, I guess. Green flag number 3 is that he stands up when you go to the bathroom. Of course, he's going to open and close doors for you. Of course, he's going to pick up the check for you. If you go to the restaurant and you both valet, he's going to pick up the valet for you. Absolutely. Every guy that I've gone out with has done all of these things. In fact, last Saturday on the lunch date, I was leaving. We both valeted, and he was like, "Oh, I'll pick up your valet tab." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." Like, the guys should be doing that, ladies. You should be expecting that. If a guy ever asks you to split a check, you should basically just say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I thought we were on a date, so I don't even have my credit card with me. Why would I bring it? I'm on a date. You asked me on the date. Why would I pay for the date?" So I don't know. That's just me. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I absolutely think you should absolutely never pay for the date. And he should also be opening your car door when you get in and out of the car, if he's taking you to the date, and all of the things, because you should feel valued and cherished on the date. And if a man is doing these things on a date, that is a huge green flag. Also, pay attention to how he treats the wait staff when you are on a date. If he is kind and respectful to the wait staff, that is another huge green flag. Now this would be a great date night look. I love this black mini dress. It kind of reminds me of a blazer, but it's a dress. So it is very like professional and elegant and classy looking, but it's also a little bit sexy because it is a little bit on the shorter side. Now, if you're not comfortable showing your skin on your legs, you could absolutely wear black pantyhose or black tights. In fact, if I was going on a date, I probably would wear black hose with this outfit because I just think it looks a little bit more classy that way. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments if you agree. And then I did these gorgeous chocolate brown suede boots. These are by Sam Edelman, but they remind me of some premium designer brown boots, but because they're by Sam Edelman, they're a fraction of the price. Such a great fall staple, and I really love the pointy toe because again, they're going to make your legs look crazy long, and this heel height is under 3 inches, so these are extremely comfortable. Now this is a fabulous date night look, but I would not wear this on a first date. Why? Because this is too sexy to wear on a first date because the black blazer is so low cut. It's also cut out in the back. But I would absolutely wear this on a, 5th, 6th, 7th date, or if I've been dating a guy for 6 months or a year, I would totally wear this outfit and he would probably absolutely love it. But again, I wouldn't wear it on a first date because I think it's too sexy. But this is a great blazer. It is low cut, like I said. You could easily put on a black camisole underneath this blazer if you didn't want that low V-neck. And then I did this fabulous black faux leather mini skirt. I love this. So chic. The price point's amazing. And then how gorgeous are these burgundy suede boots, y'all? I am loving these boots so much. Such a great fall addition to your boot collection. These are definitely a head turner, a stunner, and I promise you, if you wear them on a date night, your date will be obsessed with you. Green flag number 4 is that his communication has been consistent. Okay, he is texting you or he is calling you, consistently every single day or every other day or every third day, just depending on where you are in the early stages of dating, right? For me, all the guys that I've dated in the past, like after the first or second date, the man was usually texting me every single day. And then after maybe say 4 to 6 weeks, this man was calling me every single day. So I would just make sure, is their communication consistent? You don't want to be with somebody who's like, hot and cold. I dated a guy like that who was very hot and cold. I wouldn't hear from the guy for 3 days, and then he would reach back out and make up some dumb excuse. And that was the same guy that wasn't asking me out on dates after like the 5th date. He just stopped asking me out on dates and expecting me to let him come into my apartment and like have fun with me. Yeah, that's not happening. You're kicked to the curb, on to the next, right? Because I'm worth it and so are you. So don't ever let a man treat you like that. So I love this look for a date night. This is a gorgeous olive green dress by Quince. This is like a boat neck neckline, so very sort of classy and elegant. It's also a ribbed material that is wrinkle free. This dress is form fitting, so it will really do a great job of showing off your figure, but it's not like too terribly tight. You could also always size up if you aren't really wanting to show your figure as much, so it just kind of depends. I like showing off my figure, so I always wear my true size in Quince dresses, which is an extra small. And like always, everything I am talking about, including sizing information, will be linked down below in my description box. I would wear the dress alone on the date, but then I would bring this really cool brown leather bomber jacket by Quince. It's kind of like a cross between a sage brown and a green to kind of drape over my shoulders in the restaurant if it got cold. Plus, I just love grabbing like a really cool jacket. It kind of gives an edgy sort of masculine vibe to this ever so feminine dress, which I think is a really cool sort of dynamic combination to really elevate this outfit. Another way to wear those dark Mother Hustler jeans on a date would be with this amazing Amazon cinnamon strapless top. I love this top. It's under $50. It comes in like 10 different colors, super affordable. I did the same chocolate brown suede belt and then this fabulous brown suede bomber jacket with a gorgeous champagne zipper. Again, I would take off the jacket during the date. I would certainly drape the jacket if I got cold in the restaurant, and then maybe kind of take it off during the date a little bit, be a little flirty or whatever, and then put it back on. I think guys really love that. And green flag number 5, and this one is definitely the most important, I think, in my book, and that is trying to see whether or not this man is emotionally available. And here's how you do that without coming across as like asking him like such a personal question. You're not going to just come out and say, are you emotionally available? Because of course he's going to say, well, yeah, of course I am. What you're going to say is, tell me about your last relationship that ended. And you can even say something like, you don't have to give me the details, just give me a summary of why it ended and how you got over it. So if he says something like, oh, what do you mean? I just started dating right away. Like I literally had a guy say that, and this man was emotionally unavailable. And he told me so by telling me what he did after he broke up with that girl. He didn't like, self-reflect or take a break from dating. He just basically dove right back in and distracted himself with dating, versus a guy that says, well, you know what? I broke up with this girl and I decided to take a break because I knew I needed to take a break from dating to really self-reflect, or maybe I did a check-in with my therapist, or maybe I read this certain book, or, something like that. Like anything that he did to kind of like self-reflect is a huge green flag. And I actually asked this guy that this last Saturday when we met, which I'm about to tell y'all how we met in just a minute. And he did say something like that. He was like, I took a break from dating. I think he said he checked in with his therapist. And so like it was a good answer to let me know that this man is emotionally intelligent and probably pretty emotionally available. So I think that's a great thing to do. Now, let me tell you how I met this guy. Also, this is going to be a great video to forward to all of your single friends that are dating, because this is a new way to meet people out in the wild. There's this company called Datey, D-A-T-E-Y. I will link it down below. And they have live single events in Dallas. Okay, so if you live in Dallas, this would be fabulous for you. So she had a 35 plus event at this really large pool at the Village on Saturday. And actually, I saw this guy on my TikTok, and this is how I heard of Datey, is because this man, who's an over 50 man on TikTok that talks about dating, he happens to live in Dallas. The first time he ever showed up on my feed was like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, this is so cool. This man is actually talking about dating like I do. He's not as vulnerable. He's more funny about it. But still, I was like, this is so cool. And so he was talking about Datey, going to these singles events. And so I DM'd him and I said, hey, like, thank you so much for sharing your dating experiences as a man over 50. You're one of the first guys I've seen doing this. Like, I do this as a woman over 50, so I really appreciate your openness and vulnerability. And we started DMing back and forth. I asked him how I could sign up for the Datey event. And then I said, well, are you going to go to the pool party next Saturday? And he said, yes, I am. Are you going? And I said, yes, I'm going. And then he was like, I hope to see you there. So there you go. Like, we kind of set it up like we were going to meet each other at this pool party. So fast forward to Saturday, I went to the pool party. I go upstairs, not in a bathing suit, because upstairs was for 35 plus. You did not have to wear a swimsuit. So I just wore this Amazon rust colored dress, which I will show you right here. And anyways, it was fabulous. So I walk into the event. We don't see each other right away, but then 5 minutes after I was there, we sort of made eye contact. He walked right up to me. He shook my hand, introduced himself, and we just started talking, y'all. We didn't stop talking for like 2 hours. We spent the entire afternoon together. He bought me a drink at the bar. We went and sat down away from the party where it was a little bit more quiet. We just continued to chat, and I asked him some of the questions that I shared in this video. And we were both like very open, and I just felt very like, I don't know, I felt happy, I felt safe, I just felt good. I had a lot of good feelings when I was with him. Like, the time went by like that. And then he was like, this is how he said it. He goes, I feel like we should go out. And I was like, actually, I made a joke and was like, are you sure I'm not too old for you? Haha, because the last 2 ladies that he said he dated were like younger than him. And he was like, I think he made a joke back because he's actually really funny. Anyways, he got my phone number. He walked me to my car. And then he said, I'll text you tomorrow so we can set up the date. So the next morning I had a text from him saying, are you available Friday night? I said, yes. And then this morning I had another text from him saying, let's go out at 7:30. Here's the place. I made the reservation. And, there you go. So I'm really excited. He seems like a great guy. And so we will see. But I'm telling myself this, which I think is a great thing to say in the beginning stages of dating, which is, I'm excited to get to know this man and to see how he continues to show up. That's it. Because of course I'm going to let go of the outcome. Of course I'm going to give it to God. And of course I'm just going to let this man show me who he is through his actions, because that's all we can do, ladies, when we are out there dating and putting ourselves out there. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about that, because I always love hearing from y'all. Also, let me know what your favorite look was, because I also love that feedback as well. For more style or dating information, you can head over to my website, soheather.com, and on Instagram, I am soheatherblog. And in case no one has told you yet today, you are beautiful and amazing, and I love you just the way you are. I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.